Three ways that one more try can turn you into an overachiever. Your path to becoming an overachiever is linked directly one more try. The more you try, the more you achieve. Here are three overachiever principles to consider. Extremity expands capacity. Okay. Nothing creates everything. In the beginning, God created the heavens and earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Some theologians interpret Genesis as God creating the whole universe out of nothing. He just spoke existence into being out of total nothingness. I happen to be one of those people who also believes this, and I go into greater detail about the faith as a part of one more prayer in chapter 18. This belief is known as creatio ex nihilo, and is the answer to how the universe came to exist. Okay. Creatio ex nihilo teaches that matter is not external, but had to be created by some divine creative act, frequently attributed to God. Here is how they approach your life. When you pass yourself and empty everything you have inside of you to point of having nothing left, there's when everything will be created. When you empty yourself, you create room for new experiences, goals, and efforts. Bruce Lee echoed that sentiment when he said, "Empty your cup so that it may be filled." I'm not talking about driving yourself to physical exhaustion. You should never put yourself in that state. What I'm talking about is always doing one more. When you do, you are emptying yourself out. When you have nothing more to give, you have reached a state of ex nihilo, and you're ready to fill yourself up in a higher capacity, making the power of one more try work for you. Life on one hand you opportunities. You need to be the type of person who goes out and creates opportunities for yourself. Now wait, don't wait. Be aggressive and understand that one more try doesn't have to be perfect. It simply needs to be attempted. When you hide from one more try, all you're doing is disguising your insecurities. Even when you don't get exactly what you want, when you attempt one more try, the next time you try again, you are not starting from scratch. You are going to be starting from a new level of experience that you can leverage to increase the odds of a better outcome. As you implement one more try, you will also create a new levels of capacity. These levels are where you'll find the most satisfaction. The more often you attempt one more try, the more often you will win, because winning is frequently a numbers game. If you execute well and they give you maximum effort, also keep in mind that you will create new possibilities to fill up your life when you make every possible attempt and empty your tank. The key to one more try is the intentional. You must have the strength and the focus to take steps that will drive you closer to where you want to be in life. This is not always easy thing to do. It requires a quiet determination to stay the course, or as Mary Ann Redman once said, Courage does not always roar. Sometimes courage is quiet voice. At the end of the day, saying, "I will try again tomorrow." Okay, you know what? Actually, I clean my house, so I feel like a little bit, yeah. I should hold my breath. So I know I should hold the breath. I think I'm going to read James Ellis' book today as well because it's kind of hard to read. Oh my god. Okay. Here is James Ellis' book, English version of book in ebook. So I can read this. Okay. Actually, James Allen's book is a little bit difficult. I can feel it. Yeah, so, but try just, yeah. But I need to be really kind of, as a man thinking, okay, here. I'm going to read about genuineness. Okay, I think that's great to read for today. Serenity. Yeah. Serenity is the last part of this book. Visions of ideals. Okay. Fate, thought, and purpose. Health and body. Fate. Where is fate? I just want to read that one. Okay. Fact of thought on circumstances. Man's mind may be linked to a garden, which may be intelligently cultivated or allowed to run wild. By pushing this process, a man sooner or later discovers that he is the master gardener of his soul, the director of his life. How the thought forces and the mind elements operate in the shaping of his character. Circumstances and destiny. Thought and character are one, and as a character can only manifest and discover itself through environment and circumstance. The outer conditions of a person's life will always be found to be harmoniously related to his inner state. Every man is where he is by the law of his being. This is just as true of those who feel out of harmony with their surroundings as of those who are contented with them. As a progressive and evolving being, man is where he is that he may learn that he may grow, and as he learns the spiritual lesson which any circumstance contains for him, it passes away and gives the place to other circumstances. Men do not attract that which they want, but that which they are. Men are anxious to improve their circumstances, but are willing to improve themselves. Are not willing to, okay? Good thoughts and actions can never produce any bad results. Bad thoughts and actions can never produce good results. Suffering is always the effect of wrong thought in some direction. It is an indication that the individual is out of harmony with himself, with the law of his being. The proof of his truth in every person, and it therefore admits of easy investigation by systemic introspection and self-analysis. Beautiful thoughts of all kinds crystallize into habits of grace and kindness, which solidify into genial and sunny circumstances. Pure thoughts crystallize into habits of temperance and self-control, which solidify into circumstances of repose, and peace. Thus of courage, self-reliance, and decision crystallize into many habits which solidify into circumstances of success, planning, and freedom. Energetic thoughts crystallizes into habits of cleanliness and industry, which solidify into circumstances of pleasantness, gentle and forgiving thoughts crystallize into habits of gentleness, which solidify into protective and preservative circumstances. Loving and unselfish thoughts crystallize into habits of self-forgetfulness for others, which solidify into circumstances of sure and abiding prosperity and true riches. A particular train of thought persisted in, be it good or bad, cannot fail to produce its results on character and circumstances. A man cannot directly choose his circumstances, but he can choose his thoughts, and so indirectly yet surely shape his circumstances. Thought and purpose. Until thought is linked to the purpose, there is no intelligent accomplishment. Okay, serenity. Vision. Okay, serenity. Calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. It is the result of long and patient effort and the self-control. Its presence is an indication of ripened experience and of a more than ordinary knowledge of the laws and operations of thought. A man becomes calm in the measure that he understands himself as a thought evolved being. For such knowledge necessitates the understanding of others as the result of thought, and as he develops a right understanding and sees more and more clearly the internal relationships of things by the action of cause and effect, he seizes the fuss and the fume and the worry and grief and remains poised, steadfast and serene. The calm man, having learned how to govern himself, knows how to adapt himself to others, and they, in turn, reverence his spiritual strength and feel that they can learn of him and rely on upon him. The more tranquil a man becomes, the greater is his success. His influence is powerful good. Even the ordinary trader will find his business prosperity increases develops a greater self-control and equanimity. For people will always prefer to deal with a man whose demeanor is strongly equable. The strong, calm man is always loved and reversed. He is like a shade, giving tree in thirsty land, or a shattering rock in a storm. Who does not love a tranquil heart, a sweet-tempered, balanced life? It does not matter whether it rains or shines, or what changes come to those possessing these blessings, for they are always sweet, serene, and calm. That exquisite poise of character, which we call serenity, is the last lesson of culture, the fruitage of the soul. It is a precious as wisdom, more to be desired than gold, yea, than even fine gold. How insignificant mere money-seeking looks, in comparison with the serene life, a life that dwells in the ocean of truth, beneath the waves, beyond the reach of tempest, in the eternal calm. How many people who know, who soar their lives, who ruin all that is sweet and beautiful by explosive tempers, who destroy their poise of character and make bad blood. It is then a question whether the great majority of people Do not ruin their lives and more their happiness by lack of self-control. How few people who we meet in life and we are well balanced, who have that exquisite poise which is characteristic of the finished character. Yes, humanity surges with uncontrolled passion, is tumultuous with ungoverned grief, is blown about by anxiety and doubt. Only the wise man, only he whose thoughts are controlled and purified, makes the winds and storms of the soul obey him. Tempest toss the souls, wherever ye may be, under whatsoever condition you may live. Now this is the ocean of life, the essence of the bloodedness are smiling, and the sun is sure of the idea of which you are coming. Keep your hand firmly upon the hem of thought, and the bark of your soul reclines in a commanding master. He does but sleep, wake up, self-control is strength, right thought is mastery, calmness is power. Stay unto your heart, peace, be still. Okay, oh, it's a bit tired. I'm going to finish here. Oh, it's already 16 minutes? Okay, that's enough. Okay, I thought it's only 10 minutes. Okay, good job, Irene. See you tomorrow.